You're watching live coverage of the Lee County School Board. Everybody please rise for the pledge and remain standing for a moment of silence. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. I'd like to call the meeting to order. They get a motion to approve the agenda.
So moved.
Have a motion, have a second.
Second.
In discussion. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
The agenda is approved. Can I get a motion to approve the minutes of April 8th, 2014 for our board meeting?
So moved.
Have a motion, have a second.
Second.
Have a motion, second. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those minutes are approved. This time we would like to recognize the Teacher of the Year from each school and also the Division Teacher of the Year. Mr. Carter and myself will come down to the front of the stage, and when we call your names, would you please come and get your plaque and your shirt?
Let me start out by saying a little bit about the Teacher of the Year program. The Virginia Teacher of the Year program honors teachers who represent the best in teaching in the Commonwealth of Virginia and the nation. For more than 40 years, Virginia has participated in the National Teacher of the Year program. The program is open to all teachers who hold a current, renewable Virginia teaching license. Teachers must be employed in a Virginia public school or an accredited non-public school. Candidates should be dedicated, knowledgeable, and skilled, and plan to continue in an active teaching status. We do have a Teacher of the Year that was selected from the faculty of each of our schools in Lee County, and from that group of candidates from each school, we do have a division Teacher of the Year. We would like to recognize all of our representatives at this time from each school, and as I call your name, if you would please come forward, Mr. Harper will present you with your plaque, and we also have a shirt for you as a token of our appreciation for your hard work and dedication and being recognized by your faculty as being an outstanding teacher, and you certainly deserve this honor. So we appreciate you and thank you so much.
And would you also, once you come and get your plaque, would you stay up here until we're completely through, please, so everybody can see you for a while.
Dryden Elementary School, Emma Ruth Garrett. Elton Knob Elementary School, Kathy Napper. Eagledale Elementary School, Jacqueline Robinson. Flatwoods Elementary School, Paula Barton. Jonesville Middle School, Teresa Witt. Lee High School, Angela Thomas. Lee County Career and Technical Center, Joanne Wilson. Pennington Middle School, Kelly Leonard. Rose Hill Elementary School, Teresa Eldridge. St. Charles Elementary School, Roberta Gibbons. Head Start, Dorothy Zentz. Okay, that concludes our school candidates. At this time, we would like to announce our division level Teacher of the Year that will go on to represent us in the regionals. I'd like to start out by telling you a little bit about the philosophy of teaching for this particular teacher. She says, my philosophy of teaching can be tied to three statements by three different women who became my heroes of teaching even to this day. Those statements. If you had only tried, you would have gotten 100. That's Debbie Garrett, a high school teacher. If someone can make a 99 on my midterm exam, then I will make a final exam no one can ace. That was Professor Nadine Keene. You worry about the French, let me worry about your grade. That's Dr. Martha Brandt. And from each of these women, this teacher says, I have learned 3 basic beliefs that are essential for each student to know. As a teacher, I try to instill each belief in my students. If I do anything right in my teaching career, let it be these three things. The rest will follow. Belief in self, challenge, and just learn. Angela Thomas, congratulations.
Thank you, ladies. At this time, Mr. Carter will discuss schools with the highest percentage of attendance.
Our schools with the highest percentage of attendance for this previous month are St. Charles Elementary, number 1 with 97.1%, and Jonesville Middle, second place, 94.6%. So congratulations to St. Charles and Jonesville Middle.
Next, we recognize the Flat Stanley Project, Katie Middleton's second grade class at Dryden Elementary. Mr. Carter.
Yes, Miss Katie Middleton's second grade class at Dryden Elementary School has experienced the sights and cultures of 25 different U.S. states and 8 different countries through a book-inspired male correspondence project called the Flat Stanley Project. So these second graders were able to experience the world outside their classroom, and Miss Ely says they've just learned so much from it. But each board member has an article that was published on the Flat Stanley Project in the Kingsport Times News about Miss Ely's second grade class.
Next, we recognize the Lee NJROTC National Academic Championship. Mr. Carter.
Chief Skiba sent us some information on these students, and the Lee NJROTC unit recently competed in the National Academic Championship, and the unit finished in the upper 3% nationwide, finishing a very respectable 56th place. Out of the 180 teams that competed from our region of Virginia, Delaware, and Maryland, and our team finished 5th. The unit also received notification that they were designated by the U.S. Navy as an honor unit, placing them in the top 30% of all units nationwide. It is very commendable considering that they are one of the smallest units in the nation and one of the most remote. 2 candidates also received 4-year Army ROTC scholarships. One scholarship to James Adair, who received his scholarship, is worth an approximate $225,000. Mr. Justin Eldridge also received a 4-year Army ROTC scholarship that is worth about $160,000. So I congratulate Chief Skiba and these students for their participation.
The VSBA Art Contest. Mr. Carter.
Mr. Chairman.
Yes.
They were just telling me that Roberta Gibbons came in, that we'd like to present her with her plaque. Sure. Roberta, would you come forward, please?
I think they may have gone to the separate office with names.
I was at the wrong place at the right time. The story of my life.
See if I've got a size here. I think I did have. Sure. Check to see. Roberta.
Did you get that?
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Okay, to recognize the students once again that participated in the VSBA art contest this past Thursday. First place winner from elementary is Haley Crockett. First place winner from the middle school is Amber Levacy, and first place winner from high school is Emily Darty. So again, we want to congratulate those students.
Now it's time to recognize the Lee High School art, the chorus, and the band. Ms. Brown.
Good evening. I do have a certificate for each of the individuals that entered the Virginia School Board Association. Amber Legacy, is she here? Remember, they've all seen. And then Emily Daughtry. Some of you all can see the work. They might want to let you look at it. Emily. And Harley Crockett. Harley Okay, the other recognitions are going to be the chorus and band, and I'm going to let that staff come up and do the presentations of recognizing the awards and the competitions that they participated in. So we'll start with
Okay, I'm going to start with those students that received junior high all-district chorus honors. First of all, from Thomas Walker, Kennedy Ray. And Hunter Isley was alternate. from Pennington Middle School, Krista Edwards. From Jonesville Middle School, Cassie Flinders. Junior high all district from Lee High School is Austin Kelly. And Kayla Burchett. Senior high all district chorus students from Thomas Walker's Andy Gillum. From Lee High School, Josh Bocock. Also from Lee High School, Logan Strange, Angela Ramirez, Brianna Dallas, Megan Klaus, Erica Collins, Dylan Tomlinson, and Ashley Safety, and Josh Robbins. And finally, the first student from Lee High School to receive all state chorus honors is Dylan Tomlinson. Dylan couldn't be here tonight because he is in a vocal competition in Kingsport. So, congratulations to all of you. Okay, and for middle school band, we're going to recognize some students who participated in Virginia Tech Honor Band this year. Adam Wright and Hannah Martin. Two of our students went to All District Honors Band. They auditioned in December and went in the end of January, early February, and that's Sawyer Miller and Sherry Sheeler. Okay, and then on May the 2nd, I took a group of students, so we had 42 out of 52 of our middle school band students that are in 7th and 8th grade. They went to Trills and Thrills Music Festival, and they performed 3 selections for adjudicators, and at that festival they earned a superior rating. And I know I have some that are in the audience because I've seen them. So if you are a member of the 7th and 8th grade band that went to Trills and Thrills, could you please come forward? Just to give you a little bit of background, these students also participated in concert assessment, which is like their band SOL test. It's the closest thing we have to an SOL test. And at their band SOL test, the concert assessment, the students scored an excellent rating. This was in March. So from March to early May, they improved enough to earn a superior rating. At the concert assessment in March, they did earn a superior rating in sight reading, which means they read music they've never seen before as a group and have to do it as well as they can do it. So they have earned a really good score and have improved. Let's give them one more round of applause. Thank you.
I'm here representing the high school students who are participating in band events for this past academic semester. The first set of students that I'm going to recognize are a group of students who were selected to participate in the 2014 Virginia Tech Honor Band. And these 4 gentlemen are Mr. Isaac Campbell, Isaac Miller, Jacob Hawley, and Dylan Tomlinson. They couldn't be here tonight to receive the recognition. Another honor band that we had, that the high school students participated in was the 2014 PBODA District 7 honor band. This is, we had students participate in 3 of the 4 levels of the honor band, and these students are Ms. Blair Dean, Mr. Taylor Hines, Mr. Zachary Trees, Ms. Emma Poe, Mr. Chaisiri Mine Luchapon, Mr. Isaac Miller, Mr. Elijah Polly, Mr. Jacob Polly, Mr. Isaac Gamble, Mr. Dylan Thompson, and Mr. Patrick Allen. So if those students are here to participate. And of course, all these students that are listed are also participating in other activities as well. So we've got a couple on the soccer field and a couple with the tennis team, so we're just all over the place. The next group I'd like to recognize is a group of students who were selected to participate with the Lincoln Memorial University Honor Band this year. And these students are Blair Dean, Alex Goins, Corey Stewart, Alex Alsop, Patrick Allen, Emma Poe, Brandon Burke, Noah Aldridge, and Mr. Jesse Yellow. Like other VBODA events involving the entire band. Back in March, as Ms. Hines mentioned, there was a state concert assessment event that Lehigh participated in this year, and it is my pleasure to announce that this year, in their concert performance and in their sight reading, they received superior ratings and everything for an overall superior rating. So I think that's a pretty big deal. So I was pretty excited about that one. And the last group of students I'm going to recognize, we have an in-house brass quintet that is started here at the high school. This is completely student run. They write their music, they play their stuff. I'm just here to open the door so they can come and practice. They went to the VBODA District 7 State Solo and Ensemble Assessment event last week, and this is the second year in a row that this group has received superior ratings in their performance evaluations. So I'd like to recognize those students as well. They are Mr. I should have done folded my paper. Hold on just a second. Mr. Patrick Allen, Mr. Isaac Campbell, Mr. Taylor Hines, Mr. Jacob Hawley, and Mr. Dylan Thomason. Again, they're recipients of overall performance evaluation. Thank you very much.
Now time for the public expression, and Crystal Lely here. Come on, get Crystal.
Mr. Carter, school board members, my name is Crystal Ely. I'm the Family Consumer Sciences teacher at the Lee County Career and Technical Center. I also have a club called the Family Career and Community Leaders of America, also known as FCCLA. We attended a state leadership conference in Virginia Beach, Virginia this past April. Students enrolled in my FACS classes have the option of competing in a STAR event at the state level. They choose what STAR event they want to participate in, and then they also choose the topics. I had several students go. I have one here with me tonight. Jessalyn Mullins and Kaylee Hines competed in advocacy. Their topic was advocating against teen suicide, and they placed bronze. Courtney Shoemaker and Autumn Bishop competed in entrepreneurship. They plan to open their own clothing store called Clothes Before Bros, and they also placed bronze. Michaela Sharp and Samantha Smith competed in life event planning, where they planned a Sweet 16 birthday party, and they placed bronze. BJ Stiltner competed in recycle and redesign. He designed and made a dress out of recycled plastic Walmart bags, and he placed bronze. Miranda Garrett and Elizabeth Dean competed in life event planning. They planned a dorm room and placed bronze. Natasha Bishop and Allie Morris competed in illustrated talk. Their topic was school bullying, and they placed silver. Caitlin Manser competed in fashion design, and she trophied with her project of a tulip paper wedding dress. Caitlin will also compete in her event, fashion design, at the National FCCLA State Conference, or National FCCLA Conference in San Antonio, Texas this summer, July 5th through the 11th. This is the first for our chapter. This is a great opportunity for Caitlin and has given recognition to our FACS classes and to our FCCLA club. Everybody that came into the classroom saw the dress standing there and were like, oh my gosh, I want to make that dress, or I want to do that and do this in the club. This is the first time that a student has qualified for nationals, and going to San Antonio will be a great academic experience for Caitlin. We are currently seeking more funding for this trip as well at school. Now here's Caitlin, and she's going to speak to you and show you her design.
Mr. Carter, board members, my name is Kayla Minter. I am currently enrolled in a FACS class called Fashion Design. Being an FCCLA and competing at state level has taught me leadership and initiative. In fashion design class, I've learned how to create a pattern and a garment from scratch. I took the knowledge from my fashion design class and incorporated it into my star event at the FCCLA State Leadership Conference. For my event, I had to create a portfolio and a display item. I chose to go the unconventional route and create recyclable garments. I used such things as toilet paper, magazines, sheer curtain, candy wrappers, and neckties. For my display item, I chose the toilet paper wedding dress. I sewed the fabric together to make a lining. Then I used 5 squares of 2-ply toilet paper to make each rose, and they are all glued and hand sewn on the lining. I chose to make the dress T-length, which is right below the knees. The dress does have a zipper in the back. However, this is not the exact dress I took to state. Toilet paper plus a bus ride across the state of Virginia plus soda do not mix. I tried to recreate my dress the best that I could. For my project, I also had to decide a name for my label. I have always had a label in mind since I started making clothing, and I chose Pure as my label. I do have business cards that I would like for each of you to have. I'm really excited about the opportunity to represent LCCTC and all of Lee County at Nationals. I've never been to Texas, so this will be a great experience for me. I have high standards for myself to do well at Nationals and come home with another trophy to make my family, school, and community proud. Thank you.
Thank you, Kate. Anyone else want to take advantage of the public expression?
Hello, my name is Shay Shearer, and I'm a parent of 2 children at Pennington Middle School. There are 2 issues that I would like to bring before the board tonight. First off, parents are being told that 6th grade band will probably not be offered next year at Pennington Middle. And I urge the board to reconsider this. My children were both just down here as part of the 7th and 8th grade band. And for a lot of children at our school, band is the only extracurricular opportunity they have. I understand that SOLs are important, I understand that our academics are important, but our children need an outlet, and for some of them, band is all there is. I feel like if we get rid of the 6th grade band and chorus, then the 7th grade band becomes the beginning band, and our children are missing out on opportunities. The second thing I feel like I need to address, I have contacted the school board, and taken every avenue possible to address a faculty member at Pennington Middle School, who I feel like is doing our children a great disservice. He's here this evening. He required his classroom to be here to earn points because 90% of the children brought home an F on their progress reports this term. He's a first-year civics teacher for Pennington Middle. It's Mr. Taylor. I am very involved in my children's classwork. Yes.
One second here. I'm not sure. that you can mention names here as far as personnel goes. Mr. Hobbs, would you like to?
I think perhaps she might wish to address the board in executive session.
I can do that.
Okay. That'll be fine. Thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone else?
Hello, I'm here today for a lot of the same reasons that lady was here. I am Denise Glass. I've been a pretty successful singer, songwriter, entertainer for about the last 30 years. The number one thing in my career, especially trying to make it in Nashville, that's held me back is the fact that I never had the opportunity to learn to read music. I'm here today because I'm a former Lee County public student, a taxpayer, and a mother of a child who attends Johnson Middle School. I've also heard these rumors that the elective of the 6th grade band was going to be taken out and they were going to double up on math. Like I said, my son, he's in the 6th grade at Johnson Middle School. I noticed at an early age that he also had a good natural ear for music like myself, and I always wanted him to take a better route than what I did and learn how to read music because he wants to pursue a music career. When he entered the Johnson Middle School, he was very excited that he could take band. And the only problem was he had failed his math SOL because he was a D and F math student. So I had a meeting with the principal and said there has to be some way that I can get him into band. And thank God some teacher stepped up and decided to teach my child and others as well this extra math class so he could go to band. And I have seen my child struggle and bring home failing grades for the past 3 years of his school year, his school career. No matter how much I tried. He hated going to school. He begged me not to make him go. So I signed him up for this band and put the fear of God in him that if he started failing and doing bad, band was history for him. So it took about a week to see my son's attitude change. He wanted to go to school for once. He was hurrying me in the morning so he would not be late for band. When we got his first 6th grade report card, his father and I almost fell over dead because he had an A. And to this day, he continues to make A's in math. And I'd like to add that today, he passed his math SOL. And my son has even made the honor roll this year. This is a huge thing for him. Also, the school year is almost over and he has perfect attendance. My son takes pride in coming home from school and playing me a piece of music that he's learned in school. He loves the fact that he can show his musician mother a piece of his sheet music and I have no idea what it is. If any of you have been to these concerts that these middle school bands put on, you'll see how hard these children and these teachers have worked and how much pride that they have. Also, if you'll look, there's been a lot of research done on music and learning instruments in school, how much it helps their math grade, teaches them to focus and concentrate, improving their memory.
I don't want to interrupt you. You're only allowed 3 minutes. And let me tell you.
Okay, I'm almost finished.
Let me tell you, what you're talking about has not been discussed. So I don't, we have not discussed deleting band at any school or anything else. So
okay, I'm just here because of the rumors I've heard.
Your fear or whatever, but you need to check into rumors more before you address some of these things because as of right now, that's all that is.
Okay.
So you can proceed, just kind of limit it there.
Right. Well, the whole point I'm trying to get into is I hope this doesn't happen because it has made a huge impact on my life and others. I hope that they will do even better than myself. And it has really changed my child, and it's done a complete 360 on him.
Thank you.
And that's all. Thank you.
Anyone else?
For those of you who don't know me, I'm Miss Hines.
Pardon?
And I said, for those of you who do not know me, I'm Andrea Hines, and I'm the band director at the middle school. And I'm speaking respectfully to the board and to Mr. Carter, the superintendent, and to you, Miss Alicia Fields. In terms of whether or not this is a rumor, and Mr. Carter can confirm this because we met recently, at both middle schools, we've been informed, at one middle school via task stream, that the elective for the 6th grade is going to be eliminated. And it's going to be 2 math classes, 2 reading classes, history, science, and PE at the 6th grade level. At Pennington Middle School, this was announced in a faculty meeting and announced to the student body. So it's not a rumor, and I just wanted to set that straight.
Would you like to address it?
And that's all I wanted to clarify. Thank you.
Let me certify that the board has not discussed any curriculum changes for next year.
I understand. I wanted to make sure you all knew that.
Let's get that real clear.
Well,
This board has not discussed any curriculum changes for next year.
Okay, sir. I'm not coming to fuss or throw tomatoes or anything like that. I just wanted to make sure that you all understood that right now we're being told that this is going to be most likely go through. And I'm not trying to be disrespectful.
Mr. Chairman, board members, I did meet with Ms. Hines yesterday, with Ms. Belcher, and with Mr. Harding and Mr. D. Virgilio. And certainly, there's not been anything done to try to hurt or harm any program or any area of our curriculum at all. As the board is well aware, we have 6 schools in the county that are accredited with warning in math. We are under a school improvement plan for those 6 schools as well as the division to improve our math scores, and the Office of School Improvement with the Department of Education has a contractor that is working with the division now to try to implement our school improvement plan, and it is their recommendation that we spend more time on math instruction for the purpose of intervention, remediation, application, in order to try to improve student achievement and improve our student outcomes in math. And one of the ways, certainly, I think that the Department of Ed feels, and I guess we feel as well, that we can do that is by spending more time with students, having the teachers spend more instructional time with the students to actually implement intervention, remediation, and application. That's part of the improvement plan. It's actually a recommendation from the Department of Education that we do this. So in order to improve our math scores, one of the things that we have decided to do is to try to work out so that the students would have 2 periods of math, hopefully back to back. That may not be able to work out in every situation, so the teacher will have a longer period of time to work with those students to try to improve those scores. If we don't improve those scores, it's not going to be recommendations from the Department of Ed. It's going to be requirements from the Department of Ed. It's not going to be a matter of whether this board or the central office or the schools or anyone else in Lee County wants to do what needs to be done to improve the math scores. We will probably end up under a memorandum of understanding, as I passed a newsletter out that, another division in the state is actually going through that right now. And it won't be a choice that we'll have, but the state will actually be telling us. They won't be recommending, but they'll actually be telling us what we're going to do in order to improve those scores. As far as the OEI, we're going to talk about that in just a little bit, but as most of you know, Governor McDonald, before he left office, approved and implemented an Opportunity Educational Institute for schools that are failing. And of course, there's a current lawsuit going on over that, but as of right now, that's still in place. Excuse me. So either, we'll end up with a memorandum of understanding, or if our schools are accredited for 3 consecutive years with warning in math, then the OEI can take those schools over. And that means that this board will lose total control of those boards, and it will actually be operated by the Opportunity Educational Institute Board of Directors or board that the governor has appointed himself. We're trying to prevent that. We're certainly not trying to, it's not our intention at all to hurt or to harm any program. It's just that there's not enough hours in the day when it comes, and the only grade that would be affected would be 6th grade. But as far as making a curriculum change, we're not. We're just adding another period in math, and it's going to be difficult for those 6th graders to have enough time in the day. I mean, we could extend the school day, and that might be something that we might want to look at doing, but regardless, if we don't address the math situation, the state's going to address it for us. And the thing of it is, math is one of the areas we test in 4 areas for SOLs. Of course, that's math in the elementary and middle school. That's math, English or reading, language arts, writing, science and social studies. And those are the areas that we have to concentrate on for our schools to be accredited. And all we're trying to do is try to do what's in the best interest of our schools and our school system to improve those scores so that we can actually be fully accredited. And it does concern me that we do have 6 schools right now that are accredited with warning, and that is the subject that we're accredited with warning in is math. So we're trying to take steps. We're not trying to eliminate math. We're certainly trying to take steps to remedy the problem and provide those students with more instructional time so that they can actually have higher achievement in math and better outcomes. As far as band is concerned, I certainly am an advocate of band. Mr. Twigg knows I had a son myself, and I explained this to Ms. Hines. Of course, she I think knows that. She remembers my oldest son. He lived and dreamed band. That's why that gave him an outlet at school. He loved it. And I was telling them, we begged, borrowed, and pleaded from grandmas, grandpas, aunts, uncles, and everybody else to buy him a Barry sax when he was in band. And we did that. He loved band. That's what kept him involved here. So I'm certainly a big advocate for band and for, the course program. Not against it at all, but we have to look at what the state is actually grading us on and scoring us on and rating us on and holding us accountable for. And that is those 4 areas that they test us in. And Lee County right now has 6 schools that are accredited with warning in math, and 2 of those schools, this is their 3rd year. And after they're accredited for 3 years, the Opportunity Educational Institute, if that continues to go through, can take those schools over. And of course, I'm going to give a little bit of a report just a little bit later on in the meeting about the OEI and the lawsuit, but that's where we're at. And we're certainly, I don't want any parents or anyone else, and as far as the board making a change in the curriculum, the board has not. We're only following the recommendations that the Department of Ed has given us under the school improvement plan to try to remedy the problems that we have with math. And that's all we're trying to do. Certainly not trying to hurt any program or any area of the curriculum at all. I would certainly hope that, that I tried to explain that to the teachers and fine arts that I met with yesterday. And I mean, all we're trying to do is do what's best for our school system and for our students.
Anybody else?
I'm Donna Miller, and I totally agree the math scores are really sad. And
Donna, if you'll pull that down.
well, sure. if it comes to the point where we have to have, why don't, just as a suggestion, we like give PE we could replace PE with band, because I couldn't imagine band not being in my children's lives. And I know all of you, not all of you, but most of you feel the same way, that maybe instead of having to do 5 days of PE, maybe alternate that with band. That's something, or an extra, or a longer school day, but giving a band even in the 6th grade, I'm talking, even giving that band even in the 6th grade in this county especially, is just very detrimental. Yes, Ty?
I think we look at any option.
Good.
To keep it open.
Okay. But anyhow, really, as you know, we can't hurt this. It goes all the way up in high school. You can see the differences. It's amazing, and getting rid of it, even in the 6th grade, would be very harmful.
Thank you, Dawn. Anyone? Okay, moving on to the report section. The annual retirement dinner, June 5th, 2014, 6 o'clock, at the Lee Theater Community Center. Mr. Carter.
Mr. Chairman, our retirement dinner will be held on June the 5th at 6 at Lee Theater, and certainly like to invite all of our board members to attend that if you're able to do so.
The advanced day and external review, February 15th, 18th, 2015.
Again, we received a letter from Advanced Ed advising us that our accreditation with Advanced Ed will expire on June the 30th, 2015, and we do have our external review scheduled for February the 15th through the 18th of 2015.
The OEI lawsuit update.
There's a news release from the Virginia School Board Association dated April the 21st, which is an update on the Opportunity Educational Institute lawsuit. And VSBA in this lawsuit has been deemed to have a standing case, and after establishing that VSBA has a standing case, Judge Austin heard arguments by counsel for both parties, and a ruling was not issued, and the parties have until May the 5th to submit any additional information to the court. Of course, you have that information in your packet.
School board budget update for the 2014-2015 school year.
Basically, we still have no additional information on the budget. As most of you are aware, we have 4 budget proposals out there, and there's really no action in the General Assembly at this point that we're aware of to remedy that situation. So hopefully before the end of June, we'll have a budget.
And we were told last Thursday that the budget might not even be until August.
Possibly. Enrollment as of the end of April was at 3,184 students. That's down 2 from last month and down 9 from the same period last year.
Financial report.
Denise was not able to be with us tonight, so I'll give the financial report in the general fund. State allocations, $2,043,288.06. Federal, $330,322.62. Local, $3,337.49. Insurance, $328,163.77. Revenues to month are $2,705,111.94. Revenues year to date, $27,139,424.42. Expenditures, accounts payable, payroll is $2,122,488.18. Accounts payable is $400,000 $133,026.69 for a total of $2,555,514.87. Title I, $146,930.07. Head Start, $89,973.98. Insurance, $383,168.56. Expenditures month to date is $3,175,587.48, and expenditures year to date is $26,757,430.92. And we have used 67.19% of our appropriation, and in revenues we've received 69.51%.
Thank you. Next on the action agenda items, A, consider approval of Tri-State Chemical Janitorial Supplies Contract Renewal. Carter.
Mr. Chairman, Tri-State Chemical has agreed to honor their prices for last year for bidding, so we would recommend that the board approve Tri-State Chemical for the upcoming year.
Mr. Chairman, motion to approve that.
Motion and a second.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
The contract is renewed. Consider approval of Right Pest Elimination Contract Renewal. Mr. Carter.
Right Pest Control has also agreed to continue providing their services again for another year at the exact same bid price for this current year, and I would recommend approval.
Could I have a motion as such?
Make a motion.
Have a motion and a second.
Second.
A motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Item C, consider approval of additional courses at Lee County Career and Technical Center. Mr. Carter.
As the board has a copy of the recommendation from Mr. Welch, he is recommending that we consider adding carpentry next year, possibly farm machinery repair, and CNA. I have spoken with Mr. Welch, and in the absence of a budget, we'd certainly love to see these programs, but in the absence of a budget, I'd recommend that the board table this until we have a budget, but we wanted that information out there so you can be thinking about it.
Okay. Have a motion to table that.
Make the motion to table.
Have a motion and a second.
Second.
Have a motion, second. Any discussion? Item C is tabled for the time being. Item D, consider approval of science textbook adoption for 2014-2015 school year.
Mr. Chairman, we've had a textbook adoption committee that have met and have gone through the textbooks that were available, and we do have a split there. I kind of kidded with the textbook committee and told them they were kind of like the General Assembly. They couldn't come to an agreement, and they didn't, but they did choose, I will say in their defense, they did choose the book that they felt like was the best and most appropriate for their grade level, and certainly we want them to be able to have the book that they feel like that will best benefit them in certainly reaching and helping the students to achieve in science, since that is one of the areas that we do test in SOLs. But K through 5 has chosen Houghton Mifflin, and 6 through 12 has chosen McGraw-Hill. I would recommend that the board approve that.
Have a motion, motion and a second.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
The textbooks are approved. Consider approval, item E, consider approval of Head Start manual updates. Ms. Allen.
Good evening. I'd like to recommend that you approve the Head Start manuals that were included in your packets, which were the community assessment update, the self-assessment, and the personnel policies and procedures.
I like that motion.
Have a motion and a second.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Item F, consider approval of extended school year services June 10th, 2014 to June 26th, 2014. Mr. Clark.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to recommend to the board, this is something that we ask you to approve each year, and would like to ask you to consider approval of the extended school year from June 10th through June 26th.
A motion to continue the school year.
Make a motion.
Have a motion and a second.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
That motion carries. Item G, consider approval of summer school at Thomas Walker High School, June 9th, 2014 through July 1st, 2014. Ms. Doherty.
Mr. Chairman, Ms. Doherty was unable to be here this afternoon. I'd just like to ask the board to approve our summer school program for high school students at Thomas Walker this year. We rotate that between Lee High School and Thomas Walker this year. It's Thomas Walker's turn.
Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Have a motion and a second.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
That motion carries. Item H, consider approval of the summer nutrition program with Appalachian Community Action Agency at Thomas Walker High School, Pennington Middle School, St. Charles Elementary, June 16th, 2014 through August 8th, 2014. Mr. Carter.
Mr. Chairman, we provided this feeding program through Appalachian Community Action Agency. Last year was our first time for doing that. They do have a grant that actually pays for that. It's a service that we can provide to the students, and actually adults can actually eat for a nominal fee, but anyone that's under 18 years of age can eat free. And we plan on providing that at St. Charles, Pennington Middle, and Thomas Walker, and just like to ask the board for approval.
Mr. Chairman.
Sure.
Is this the same locations as last year or different? Do you remember?
Well, we did it at Lee High School last year
What I was
because
thinking.
of summer school.
I'll make that motion.
Okay, have a motion and a second.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
That motion carries. Item I, consider approval of the resolution commemorating the 60th anniversary of Brown versus Board of Education. Mr. Carter.
Mr. Chairman and board members, the Virginia School Board Association Board of Directors unanimously approved a resolution commemorating the 60th anniversary of the United States Supreme Court's decision in Brown versus Board of Education, saying it has a profound, significant, and beneficial impact on all aspects of life in the United States. The Virginia School Board Association Board of Directors encourages Virginia school boards to pass similar resolutions in commemoration of the historic civil rights decisions made on May the 17th, 1954, and encourages direct student participation through essays, creative arts, lectures, research and writing, community projects, and other activities to foster personal commitment to democracy. We do have a resolution that we would like to ask the board to consider in commemoration of the 60th anniversary.
I'll make that motion.
Have a motion, have a second.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Item J, consider approval of the 2014-2015 health insurance. Mr. Carter.
Mr. Chairman, we're pleased to present the health insurance premiums and the same coverage again for this coming year for our employees as what we've had for the past 5 years. And of course, that within itself is renowned that we've been able to provide the same coverage at the same price for that long period of time. I do want to say that probably looking for next year, there's going to have to be some changes next year in our either our coverage or our premiums. This will be the last year that we'll be able to go without an increase in premiums, because we are going to be taking somewhat of a hit in our insurance fund in order to do this for one more year. We actually were working on this, and some of the changes that kind of came about, we felt like it was a little bit late this year for us to address those with our staffs and our employees. So we want to continue one more year, and we think we can do that safely at the same premiums and the same price as what we, same coverage as what we've had for the past several years. But probably just to warn everyone, we're going to have to take a look next year at either increasing premiums or look at some of the coverage.
I'll make that motion that we approve.
Okay, have a motion, have a second?
Second.
Have a motion, second. Any discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. Motion carries. Need a motion to consider approval of the overnight field trips in your packet.
Make the motion.
Have a motion, second. Second. Have a motion, second. Any discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. Those field trips are approved. Need a motion to pay the bills.
Make the motion to pay the bills.
Have a motion, have a second.
Second.
Have a motion, second. Any discussion? All in favor say aye. Those bills are paid. Reports and recommendations of the board. Mr. Twig.
Yes, sir. First of all, I'd like to congratulate all the teachers, and not just the ones who received awards tonight, but all the teachers throughout the whole county, and also the students who received awards tonight. And another area, I am kind of concerned about this sixth grade issue, and I'm kind of upset in a way because I feel as a board member, especially as an old band director, we should at least have a common courtesy, to call us and tell us that this is going to be sent out by the way of task stream or whichever way it was done. And anyway, I just think that we as board members should have been notified before we sent out to the teachers and faculty and all the other schools. And also, I'm not too up on the State Department of Education, and everybody knows that. I don't know they're heavy mowing around it. You want to know my personal opinion? And they're always fussing about math scores and English scores. Well, they want to help math scores. Take the damn calculators out of third graders' hands and then learn to do the times tables again. But instead, can't do that. Now, this has really hit a nerve with me. I talked to Mr. Sage, the guy that was here that made all these reports and recommendations, and everything that I asked him, he gave me an answer that he was getting from the state, nothing that he could give me personally. So I just figured, they're sitting down people here that are actually puppets for the Department of Education that are going to go along with their curriculum guidelines, which I don't really agree with anyway. But this is where we talked about 2 months ago. We are killing these teachers. We've got these 15, 20-page lesson plans. And I don't care whether you say it helps or it doesn't. It's just too much. Then we put the stress of SOLs on them, and they go from year to year to year to year. And I understand that, and I agree with we have to have standards. I also agree there has to be a line drawn somewhere. I just think the State Department needs to, I hate to say it, but, to me, they're a bunch of bureaucrats that's been out of the education system for 30 or 40 years, and I think they need to have a touch of reality. They need to sit in the classroom and see how these teachers have to work and how these kids have to prepare, and just go at it from a different angle. But I'm really upset about all the band stuff that's going on, not just band, the music in general, the arts, and I would never, as long as I'm on this board, vote to do away with those. Another thing, I'd like to read you something, and you probably may recognize the quote, or you may not, but it says, "All of us do not have equal talents, but all of us should have an equal opportunity to develop our talents." That quote was by President John F. Kennedy in 1962 to the Department of Education. Thank you.
First off, I'd like to thank Mrs. Warner and the staff for welcoming us and hosting us here at Lehigh. I was kind of anxious to see the redone auditorium, and I hope we are able to keep it in this type of condition also. So again, thank you. I'd like to thank those students who did participate in the VSBA art contest, and also to congratulate the teachers school teachers with Teacher of the Year, and also, and yay, Lehigh for having Division Teacher of the Year. And also, I want to thank the teachers and staff members who are going to be retiring at the end of this year, and thank you for your service. And thinking about testing a little bit, what Mr. Twigg said, since we are in SOL testing, is in general everything going smooth?
So far it is, yes.
Do we have any kind of preliminary results that things look like they're going well?
Some schools are going well, some schools are not so well.
Imagine that.
That's a real report there.
It's the reality of it.
It's a spur of the moment.
It's the reality of it.
The other thing too is a couple of weeks ago we were able to have kind of an enhanced drill as far as tornado preparation was concerned. I hope we are reviewing our procedures and things to make adjustments. Hopefully we never will have an actual one, but sometimes it is a little bit more than an announcement over the loudspeaker to say, oh, it's time for a tornado drill, that we need to have a little bit more. And I just want to say amen a little bit to what Mr. Twigg said. Thank you.
I guess I can say amen to Ms. Jesse and Mr. Twigg also. I did want to ask about the status of the use of the Odyssey Web program, if there's any progress on the policy.
Ms. Stardy is working with that, so she's not here. I can't tell you exactly where they're at. But I can find out. Odyssey Web.
You know, I guess if I've got anything to say, it's because I agree with practically everything's been said tonight. And you know what, sitting up here on the school board, it's never an easy thing. I'm going to say it's about the third time I've ever said this. You have to support a lot of things up here that you don't believe in, because that's the law and that's the rule. I've said over and over again, I'm going to say it again tonight, I think SOLs are the worst thing ever hit the school system in the United States. But there's not one thing I can do except support it. And I do support it because that's what we have to do. As far as anything anti-band, I know that ex-football coaches and ex-band directors are not supposed to get along together at all. But I never had a closer friend when I was at Lehigh than Mr. Twigg. And I begged him for years, all the years I was here, to let me lead the band for one quarter. And he never would let me do that. But I have a grandson that's coming into the 6th grade, and I'm begging him to take band. So it's not anybody on this board that is against the band. I didn't even hear about this until tonight. I didn't even know what we were talking about here. So I don't think you have to have concerns about anybody on this board being against it, because I know they're not. But the same is, if they pass that law that we've got to do it, then we'll have to do what's ever there, and we're going to have to adjust around whatever we can do. I'd also like to say I thank Lee High School here and the administration and so forth for allowing us to meet here tonight. If some of you are in here for the first time, why, $500,000 worth of renovation was done in this beautiful place here tonight, and it's an honor to be here. And we thank you very much for that. That's all I have, Mr.
Mr. Twigg, would you read us into executive session, please?
Yes, sir. Thank you. Mr. Chair, I'd like to make a motion that we go to executive session to consider personnel section 2.2-3711A1 and consultation with legal counsel and pending litigation, section 2.2-3711A7 of the Code of Virginia.
I have a second.
Second.
Have a motion second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
We are adjourned to executive session.